Are you going to run for Prime Minister?
Let's see what the Prime Minister says. He's still the Prime Minister. He's going to make a statement at 12:30, and after that statement, then be happy to talk to people.
And obviously, there is a national crisis, political crisis at the moment, and yet Ukraine, as the Prime Minister keeps saying, is a huge priority. Is there a risk that the political quagmire in Westminster at the moment will impact on the UK's support to Ukraine?
I don't think there's a risk at all. I mean, I have strived throughout this process to build a cross-party consensus on Ukraine, and I've been very lucky that I've been supported by everyone from the SNP, the Labour Party, the leader of the Labour Party and the Liberal Democrats in our policy towards Ukraine, and I think that is going from strength to strength. There's not a week that goes by where I either don't reach out to them or talk to those parties, but also that we agree that it is important to continue the effort to support Ukraine as it strives to defend itself from this awful illegal invasion.
But given that Ukraine regards the UK with such high esteem, and there's that personal bond between President Zelensky and Boris Johnson, President Zelensky must be looking at London and seeing what's happening and wondering what's happening to his key ally. What can you say to reassure them?
Well, I think he knows, because he's been visited by a range of parliamentarians, and as has my counterpart, the Defence Minister, that Britain is full square behind them. And, the assistance to Ukraine we give is not just one person. We're not me, not the Prime Minister. It's the whole effort. Actions matter in all of this. And, while the Prime Minister will be incredibly sad to leave this post, he has led from the front on Ukraine, as he had on COVID and obviously Brexit. And I think that isn't lost on many people. But the whole of the political system is supportive of what we're doing in Ukraine. I don't expect that to finish at all.
The Prime Minister, in his manifesto, made a manifesto commitment when he was running ahead of the general election not to cut the British Army, not to cut the British forces in any shape or form. Do you think the next Prime Minister would need to make a similar commitment on the armed forces?
Look, I think the next Prime Minister needs to make sure they commit to investing in defence. People can argue about how that investment went, but this Prime Minister was the first Prime Minister in a generation to actually reverse taking money out of defence and putting it into investment. The record £24 billion has gone into defence for a 4-year period, and that's the first time, mostly in most people's generation, of a proper return to investment